Ten,
Standby to take studio.
7, 6,
Standby
5,
camera 1, mics 1 and 2.
3, 2, 1.
Take studio.
Good afternoon, MCHS, and welcome to another episode of MCTV News. I'm your host, Rose Van Brabant.
And I'm Skylar Lomola. On today's show, we'll be taking a look at Primo's French Carnival, the recent Family Day tournament held in Morinville, and our own original celebrity talk show, Fancy Fireplace. But first, our top story.
As people know, the world can be a bitter and dangerous place, making room for only the survival of the fittest. And the survival of this will eventually become the king or queen of the jungle. High school is no exception. In order to survive the real world, first you need to survive here. Students will need to learn the tricks of the trade in order to become the top dog. My co-host Skylar Lumola profiles exactly what this means.
Hi, I'm Skylar Lomola. For the last 4 years, I've immersed myself into a population of Homo sapien called high school. I've become one of these students, as they're called, and I've learned a lot about the jungle that they call home. In my exploration of high school, I've learned a lot about the students that reside here. I've come to the conclusion that there are 4 separate types of students. Firstly, there's the tryhards. Easily identifiable by the large stack of textbooks it surrounds itself with, and telltale dark circles under their eyes from lack of sleep. These creatures are known for their vast intellect and consequently their mental breakdowns. Second, there are the slackers, vastly different from the tryhards, never seen with paper, and always have a phone in hand. Thirdly, there's the social butterflies. They're known for their loud voices, adapted to talk over other students and teachers, but are very, very in the loop. Lastly, we have the elusive sleeper. They are rarely found at school. Usually they stay home, sleeping in from a long night of studying or gaming. But what kind of effect does school have on these creatures? If you look closely at this specimen, you can see the hope just fading from his eyes. This specimen right here is known as a niner. They're brand new to the school. You can tell in the way that his eyes are full of happiness and joy. The most interesting group of student is the grade 12s. I was lucky enough to get live footage of them in action.
Here we have what you would call a senior. They're very territorial. Oh, look, there's a youngling.
Students are some of the strangest and most complex creatures I have ever encountered, but they are some of the most resilient and brilliant creatures of the world, and much to be admired. I'm Skylar Lomola. Join me next time on People Watch 2K16.
Hello again, loyal viewers. Over the last 2 school years, Pack Day has become a unique part of our school's identity, offering students an incredible range of interesting sessions, from photographing in Elk Island National Park to skiing at Rabbit Hill to wood carving services. Pack Day is a date that once a month many students look forward to. Recently, there has been a call to revisit the way that Pack Day is delivered. With us in the studio, we have MCHS's grade 11-12 coordinator, Suzanne Christensen, to discuss what is possibly in store for Pack Day in the future. Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
All right, so to start the questions here, I was wondering if you could give us a detail on how Pack Day actually started in MCHS.
Absolutely, Rose. So it was 2.5 years ago, and there was a call in the province to do what's called a flex program. And that's just to allow students to have more flexibility and choices with the courses that they're selecting. And we met as a staff and we discussed how could we implement this in a way that would give our students unique and interesting opportunities for making their own choices, maybe getting some extra help, and if they don't need extra help, could they possibly find some new and different courses to try out? So for example, if I'm a grade 12 student with all core academic classes, I might not have time to take Phys Ed 30. So perhaps I could then, on pack days 4 times a semester, I could maybe go on a run, I could play some basketball or volleyball, I could take opportunity of the ski trips, they go swimming every pack day. And so we thought we wanted to try to find a way to give our students this flexibility and choice. And so this concept of pack day emerged from that. And we sort of fine-tuned it. We trialed it 1 year with 1 day, and then we thought, okay, how can we make this better? And we then implemented it for a full year last year. So this is our second full year with the program running.
It sounds pretty cool, like giving students the opportunities to explore different activities or job sightings outside the school.
That's right, Rose. And also to give students, if they need extra help, give them opportunity to see their teachers on a more regular basis and maybe get a little bit of one-on-one help, asking some of the questions that they might not, feel comfortable always asking in class.
All right, so as stated earlier, there were some people that want to make some changes to how the pack day is run. Who exactly are asking for these changes, and what are these changes that they want to have in this?
Well, other schools have chosen to implement pack day a little bit differently. So in other schools, they are doing what's called a flex block. And what the flex block means is that every day, at some point in the day, some schools do it first thing in the morning before classes start, they will have about a half-hour period where it's flex block. So a student every day, let's say from Monday to Thursday, would make the choice of where they want to go for those 30 minutes. So as I mentioned, some schools do it before the classes start. Some people do it, between blocks 1 and 2. Some people do it before lunch or after lunch. So there's a lot of range, I guess, of where the other schools are doing it. And so what the concern is perhaps our students aren't getting to see their teachers as much as some of these other schools are who get this flex block every single day. Our concern was that we love Pack Day. We think we're a very unique school with a very unique program. And we're afraid that if we lose that model of Pack Day and go to a flex block, we're not sure how many students would truly take advantage of getting to see their teacher every single day. The other concern is every block would be made 10 minutes shorter, because in order to get that extra half hour or 40 minutes, you have to shorten the other blocks in the day, because we can't make the day longer. We have the constraints of when the buses come. So we have to be careful and try to sort out when would flex block work and where should we put it in. So it was brought forward that perhaps we would have better results. Maybe our grade 12s would do better on their diplomas, for example, if they had access to a flex block instead of access to our pack day. Because in pack day, we have so many different opportunities. They're not all just related to academics, which is why we think our program is so unique and special. If we went to a flex block model, it would be more of just your basics, your core extra help every single day. Well, I should say from Monday to Thursday. Our Friday schedule is very unique, so we wouldn't be able to run a flex on Friday because it would make the blocks very, very short.
Right, so do we have a timeline of when these changes might be implemented?
Well, we've asked if we could have some time, first of all, to explore how did our results go from semester 1 on the diploma exam. So we would like to have a chance to see if the results improved, then perhaps we could be permitted to maintain our current model instead of having to move to a flex block system. So we have asked to see if we could, do a little bit more investigating. It would not change for this year, for sure. If there were going to be changes, it would come about for September.
Right, so I've heard you talk a lot about how these changes might affect the students, but how do you think this will affect the faculty of the school?
Well, right now, each teacher there's 4 pack days in a semester, and so each teacher is coming up with different sessions for that pack day and trying to come up with unique and interesting opportunities for students, as well as maintaining some time as well to get some extra help. So if it moved to an everyday pack or flex block, I guess, it would be disappointing for some of us who really enjoy the flexibility that students get out of a packed day, and it would become more of a time to see the students every day. And I guess one of my concerns as a Chemistry 30 teacher is I'm then getting 10 minutes less every day with my students. So that does have me a little bit concerned, and I'm not sure how many students would take advantage of coming to get some extra help on a daily basis. So I'm not entirely sure how things are going to play out right now.
Right. All right, so last question before we wrap this up here. So if a student were to have concerns about these changes or think, I don't know, these might be a good idea, who exactly would they need to talk to in order to address these concerns?
Yeah, that's a great question, Rose. We are actually asking all of our students here to complete a survey. It's a PAC survey, it's online, and I believe that students are doing it in classes. If they haven't had an opportunity yet to do it in classes, it's on the MCHS webpage, and there's a link to the PAC Day survey. We will also be asking our parents that come to parent-teacher interviews next Thursday, or anyone that's interested, to just go online and fill out the survey. We would like to get all of our students' opinion and feedback before we make the decision. We think it's very important that before we make a change or stay with the current model, we would like to get feedback and see how our students are feeling about this system as it is and how they would feel if we did move to a flex block model.
Right. Well, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope that everything turns out all right for you.
Thank you very much, Rose.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So it's an interesting situation that we will continue to monitor here at MCTV News. So I'd like to thank Mr. Christensen again for joining us here in the studio. All right. So when we come back from the commercial break, Skylar Lumala will have our 7-day MCTV weather forecast complete with temperatures across Alberta and Canada. Be sure to stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss it.
All right, guys, got a really important show. Make sure you sign up for your positions, all right? All right, guys, this is serious. I don't have any hosts for the next show. I need some hosts, please. Are you kidding me? Well, I might as well go and do the titles then.
Sorry.
Get in the studio.
You get in the studio.
MCTV News. I host, so my students don't have to.
Welcome back to weather. So we're going to start with our national forecast. In Whitehorse, just wait a second, is 4 degrees with some chance of snow. Vancouver is a nice mild 10 degrees. Regina is 4. Winnipeg, -5. Toronto, -1. Montreal, 3 with a mix of rain and snow. Iqaluit is -28 with sun but with a chance of snow or clouds. On the east coast here, we have St. John's raining with 7. Halifax is 13 with thunderstorms. Now let's go to our provincial forecast. High level is a cool 3, but lots of sun. Grand Prairie is 6. Jasper, 6 with mostly sunny with some cloud. Banff, sunny with some cloud. Calgary, 11. Medicine Hat, a mix of sun and cloud. Edmonton, 7. And Fort McMurray, 5. Now let's go to our current conditions. Just give it a second. There we go. Today it's a nice sunny day, but still very cool with a -4. Wind is coming from the southwest, 7 kilometers an hour. Relative humidity, 71%. The sunrise was 7:34 a.m. this morning. Sunset will be at 6:01 p.m. Okay, let's go to our 7-day forecast. Thursday, it's a high of 6 with a low of -4, but nice sun. Friday, it's a mix of sun and cloud. High of 8 with a low of -2. Saturday, it's cloudy, high of 6 with a low of -4. Sunday, mostly cloudy, as long as the rest of the week. Okay, now back to Rose.
Thank you, Skylar. Of course, besides our cold weather, the town of Moreville is well known for its French heritage and hosting a vibrant Francophone community. This community celebrates its roots through many celebrations, including Carnival, an annual winter celebration for the students at Prima School to participate in a variety of chilling activities and enjoying some cool Francophone customs. Reporter Giuliotti gives us the scoop in this frosty story.
Each year, GH Prima puts on its annual Carnival, at lunchtime filled with winter-themed activities, food, and fun. With the vast amount of opportunities, every person has their own personal preferences.
The cabane à sucre, just because I now know how to cook the maple syrup to make it into tier, and that seems to be always the kids' funnest part.
My favorite part about Carnival is probably the point where we get outside and we all just hang out, because it's nice to hang out with my friends outside, because I like spending time outside in winter.
The activities, because you get to do things fun.
Though the Carnival is a French festival, it doesn't appear to be very educational, judging by what staff and students told me they'd learned.
To be honest, nothing new, but just that it's a good way doing stuff, activities outside and all that is a good way to embrace the cold. And today it was freezing, so it was like a really good example of how it is.
I actually didn't learn a lot. They don't really teach us a lot about our French heritage. I guess I just learned that they really like croissants.
That poutine's one of their things.
Because it was so cold outside, I think some students became a little confused about what aspect of social studies they were learning about.
I did not know what happened back the Cold War. That was crazy. I mean, so brave.
At the very least, staff and students sure know how to keep warm.
Dance and wiggle my toes a lot.
Usually my friends and I huddle in like a little circle, or we hide our hands in our sleeves, or we go running on the ice.
I put on a coat and earmuffs and mittens.
Those students didn't realize they'd learned about the role French heritage plays in our identity as Canadians. They got a chance to experience it for themselves, which is far more valuable than anything they'd learn in a classroom. For MCTV News, this is Giuliotti reporting.
Welcome back. Here's what's happening in the world of sports. Last night in the NHL, 4 games were played, including the Montreal Canadiens up against the Washington Capitals. Alex Galchenyuk scored 2 goals to help struggling Habs edge the Caps 4-3. The Bruins beat the Pens with a commanding 5-1 victory, with David Pasternak scoring 2 goals. San Jose lost 3-4 shutout decision to Colorado. Nathan McKinnon and Matt Duchene came up big with the key goals. And finally, Frederickin Anderson got his first shutout of the season to help the Ducks beat the Sabres 1-0. In the NBA, the Toronto Raptors beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 114-105 thanks to 31 points from DeMar DeRozan. The Bulls beat the Wizards 109-104 even without their star players Derrick Rose and Jimmy Butler in the lineup. The Lakers dropped another game, losing to the Grizzlies 119-128. Los Angeles is currently sitting with a dismissal of 11-48 record on the season thus far. Stephen Curry scored 42 points to propel the Golden State Warriors to a 118-112 victory over the Miami Heat. Dwayne Wade had 32 points in the losing cause. Turning to MCHS sports, our senior girls basketball team played Athabasca yesterday and beat them 42-25. The senior girls Wolves are currently ranked 5th in the province as they prepare for the zone tournament in Barrhead on March 11th and 12th. The senior boys continued their rebuilding season with a 48-39 loss to Edwin Parr yesterday. This weekend, they'll be playing in the Devon tournament. The grade 9 girls squad won their 3rd straight tourney this weekend at home, crushing Whitecourt in the final 53-23. They continued their role last night against Esme beating them 68-51. And finally, the grade 9 boys lost their home tournament this weekend, but rebounded with a 59-50 win over Esme last night. League playoffs for both the grade 9 boys and girls begin next week. Coming up next, Family Day is going to bring the family together away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. As part of the events held in Morinville, a hockey tournament was organized to bring our national pastime and our love of family together. Jasmine King brings us this story.
This is the second year of the Family 3-on-3 tournament. As the tournament is still growing each year, it is important to have a good amount of people.
We've had around 30 this year. It's a little bit down from last year, but it's, I think, a little bit with the marketing this year. We had advertised that the snowman competition was canceled, and a lot of people got mixed up with that. So.
Family Day is a great way to spend time with your family and to enjoy your time during this special day of the year.
It's a good opportunity to spend some time with my family. My wife and my son are out today, and it's not too often you get a day set aside just for hanging out with your family.
Just get out and be active. That's what we're promoting here with the 3-on-3 tournament, making sure families have opportunity to come out together and be active.
As hockey is a very popular sport in Morinville, it would be a good way to spend your time on Family Day.
Everyone in our families played hockey, my dad, my mom, and it's just like a family sport that we love.
Because it's good exercise in the winter. There's not much else to do in the middle of January when it's 30 below out, so it's a good excuse and it's very family friendly. We like to spend a lot of time with our friends off the ice as well as on the ice.
Family Day is a great way to spend time with your family and to have a bit of fun. For MCTV News, this is Jasmine King reporting.
Let's take a look at what's going on at MCHS this week. Our next Pack Day will be taking place tomorrow. If you have not done so already, be sure to sign up into your sessions. With a variety of choices, these sessions are guaranteed to fulfill the interest of just about anyone for this Friday. Also, be sure to hand your permission slips and fees to the office ASAP. It's that time again, Thursday, March the 2nd, for parent-teacher interviews. This is a chance for your teachers to get the fix on how you've been managing the beginning of the semester and to chat with your teachers. This will be going on from 5 to 8 p.m. at the MCHS gym, so be sure not to miss out. Applications for the Rotary Adventure and Citizenship Program are still being accepted. This is your opportunity to attend a youth conference in Ottawa with teams from across the country. This will take place from May 1st to May 4th. Be sure to see Ms. Krulak to get your application in before tomorrow's deadline. Ever thought about taking an awe-inspiring journey across the Rocky Mountains? This is a trip for you. The Roger Champlain Memorial Bike Trip will be celebrating its silver anniversary this year. The first information session will take place on Tuesday, March 8th at lunch in the Media Lab. For more details, be sure to go online to battestein.net or see Mr. Battestein. Attention all you grade 12s. If you're interested in tutoring a grade 11 student, then there are some spots open for any willing tutors. The subjects open to you are Math 20-2 and Physics 20. If you're interested, please see Ms. Christensen in Student Services. Grad will be coming up soon, and so it's also time for gradware to be going on sale. To order this memento about your final year in high school, grads will need to go to mchsgrad2016.itemorder.com. All purchases must be made by March 10th, and a minimum of 21 orders must be received. Need to get your MCTV News fix? If so, head online to battestein.net to get your MCTV fix. Our digital archive is expanding and will soon include all episodes aired during our last 22 seasons. For these and all other school information, keep connected by listening to the daily announcements in Block 3, logging on to the school's website at mchs.gsacred.ab.ca, and following the school on Twitter at MCHSWolves or searching the hashtag MCTV News.
Many stars have had their chance at the spotlight in the dog-eat-dog world of acting. Terrence Smith is the latest willing victim that entered this cutthroat world in his aim to achieve legendary status in the acting world. Host Stan Foley takes Terrence Smith down to the fancy fireplace in order to inquire him on the trials and tribulations of his path to fame.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Fancy Fireplace Show with my special guest, Terrence Smith.
Glad to be here.
Hey Terrence, how's it going?
Good, good. How are you?
So you just flew in from Morinville.
Yeah.
Morinville.
Yeah.
How's Morinville compared to LA?
So far,
In America.
so far pretty boring.
You're the saltiest man in Mornville.
Salt, really? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? You got demoted to bronze.
Oh yeah?
Yeah?
Well, you got the Caesar haircut so many times, you might as well be the Emperor of Rome.
Why am I here?
So Taryn, I hear you're starring in Deadpool, coming out this November of February.
Yeah, actually, I play the character that Deadpool's like running through the street, and yeah, I'm one of the guys that walks past.
Really? So you're an extra?
Yeah, I'm that guy.
Oh my, how much do you get paid?
Oh, I don't know, I got paid $10 a day. Pretty good money, I worked a week.
Okay, I'm gonna test your acting skills.
My acting skills?
Yeah, okay, ready? Devastated! Tappy! In pain! You're a crow! You're a leopard! You're a mountain! You just got told that you have diabetes type 3. Heart attack! Lightning bolt! Fire! Now, guest star Stephen Hoffman will be joining us. Come on, Stephen. All right, so Stephen, I hear you're going to be in a film with Ryan Beach and Gareth Snyder.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I really hope.
So,
I need
could
money
you
for my family.
Can you tell us a little bit about the new film coming up?
To be honest, I don't even know. All I know is that oh shit, I can't say that.
You can't talk about it.
Not really. Ryan, I don't even think he's finished the script, actually. I asked him, when are we gonna do this? And he's like, we gotta get costumes first. And I'm like, when are we getting costumes? And he's like, I gotta finish the script first. And he's like, what are you gonna do then? And he's like, haven't even started. Oh no.
Oh, yeah. All right. Thanks, Taryn. Thanks, Stephen, for coming on the show. Been a pleasure. All right. See you later. Bye.
That's racist.
That's our show for today. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to join us next week on March 3rd for our 305th episode. Pieces will include reports on the hair massacre, the cosmetology class, and busted dust housekeeping, as well as a look into Gold Forest grains. All this plus sports and your 7-day weather forecast on our next episode of MCTV News. Well, it's been kind of a hectic day here at MCTV, though not as hectic as it usually is.
True, it's been a nice run.
Lucky to be prepared for all of this, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, we got our teleprompters that are here telling us what to do, but...
Speaking of teleprompters, from all of us at MCTV News, I'm Skylar Loma.
And I'm Rose Van Brabant. Here to say thanks for tuning in, and remember, stay classy, MCHS.